didn't go back over my hair. I just brushed it all back with my paddle brush, and it felt really good. My scalp needed the tingly, so the paddle brush felt really good on my scalp. The pillow situation, I took it out because I thought it was dry, but evidently, after being in there all day long, I can't really tell if it's really, really dry or not because, excuse me while I lotion these thirsty feet. Um, my goodness, my feet are so thirsty, which I'm sure the rest of me is thirsty too because I haven't put any lotion on. But when I went to go check for something else, it kind of still felt, I couldn't tell if it was damp or cold or what the deal was. So, what is going on? So, I'm a little confused. I hope this live stream is not going. It should have been stopped, but it's still showing me as if somebody's there. No, it's done. All right, but anyhow, oh, so I stuck it back in with the other load of laundry that's in there now, and then I have one more that's drying. That's only 3 loads of laundry, but I guess sometime during tonight, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll put that last load in. But yeah, so I don't know if that's dry or not. The paddle brush felt really good on my head. It was nice and tingly. My feet are definitely dry, as I don't know what they are, parched, as are my calves, which I'm going to take care of right now. I can't believe my legs are so, everything about me is just thirsty. My gosh, my ankles, even my ankles are thirsty. This is, yeah, I got to take better care of myself. So, I didn't blow dry my hair or anything like that. After whatever y'all saw me last, I just brushed it all back. Then I have a banana clip on it. Not a banana clip, but a claw clip. Then I had dinner. I had leftover pizza, of course, and Oreo rolls with I put caramel sauce on it. Which the caramel sauce that comes in that bottle, I guess it's a ripoff because really it doesn't taste like caramel. It just tastes like melted Tootsie Rolls is what it tastes like. I felt immediately better after I took off that sweater I had on. Ironically, immediately emotionally better. I think it's because maybe I had too much stuff on, but let's see if I can get my other ankle over here. Then ankle. Then I am like a big ham, but I saw that I'm a huge ham, but then I saw in other news, I saw this guy on TikTok who said he was 73. I swear he looks like he's 30, and he does 60 squats every day, and that made me sad because y'all saw me try to do a squat the other day, and it wasn't a happy thing. So yeah, I really got to take better care of myself. I've come to a resolution. Y'all know that I like to try to plan ahead, but I guess that's a good thing to try to plan ahead. But in the meantime, I think I just needed to put my head down and just continue to do laundry nonstop until it's done. Another thought that I had, but I don't think that I have the energy to do so I'm letting myself do what I can, is that since I have the washer and dryer now, technically, I could wash and dry clothes, and since I live alone and all by myself, I could technically wash and dry clothes at 3 o'clock in the morning if I want to, whenever I want. Whenever, whatever. But I don't think I'm doing that. I spend a lot of time. It feels like I spend a lot of time. I'm going to be fair to myself. It feels like I spend a lot of time sleeping and then pity eating and slowly going through tasks. And when I say slowly, like even me flat ironing my hair for the first time, I don't go over the pieces more than once typically. But literally, I would part like one little section and it would take me 5 minutes because I'll be sitting there in my fields. And then I'm like, okay, I gotta, And that's why I set my 5 minute timer for every 5 minutes, because I have to get something accomplished within 5 minutes. Because what'll happen is that I'll feel bad and I'll sit there and I'll feel bad and I'll allow myself to feel that way. And the next thing you know, 10, 15 minutes have passed and I've been sitting there feeling bad, and that's not good. So shout out to anybody out there that's suffering from, I don't like to use those words. Anybody out there that feels sad, that have been through some things and been through some trauma and are healing and are, pushing to do it on themselves, do it for themselves. Another thing that I saw too on TikTok, as I was scrolling through, I scroll right past it because I'm not trying to, receive that. But there was something about some dude that went to some therapy session, and then the guy, and I think those people will make you crazier than anything else. The guy asked the person who was holding the session, and I've had every job known to man, and those people do not treat people well. They don't follow HIPAA guidelines. They talk and gossip about the patients. But the guy was asking her, hey, we're in a therapy session. Can you please, turn off your phone, so you can focus on me? She was taking personal calls and having people interrupt. Really unprofessional. That's why I really, I think those things will make you worse, So I think it's really about, getting into yourself. And I think they really did a disservice when they took away, friends, real friends, people helping each other out, listening to each other and supporting each other, right? Because I remember there was somebody. Okay, in a few minutes, y'all are going to hear the dryer go off, and it's really loud and obnoxious. And actually, I'm glad I read the reviews on it before I did everything, because a lot of people really did not like it either. And then when I heard it, I saw why. It's like the most annoying noise. And I've heard dryers before, but for some reason, this sounds really annoying. There is a way that you can disarm it. I don't even know why they have them on there. Why? They should make it so that you can turn it off without having to get into the system to turn it off, because it's disturbing. But yeah, and so then the therapist said to him, oh, you're being oversensitive. No, he's expecting professionalism. And then there was another thing where this guy was talking about lawyers. These lawyers were at a lunch table and they were discussing all this client's business. None of that shit is professional. If you've ever been in those situations, in a legal situation or exposed to legal situations, not even just legal, but just work, period. Any job that you've ever gone to, those people don't follow by their guidelines, and it's disturbing to me because that's the expectation people get. And it's hard for me to even speak on it. Maybe that's why I went through what I went through, because now I can't speak on it. I feel like I can't speak on anything. But I mean, it's atrocious, where people, expectations are not being met. People are believing that they're going to get a certain type of service or a certain type of product. But that service or product doesn't exist anymore. And the people that own or manage these companies, I mean, they gotta, they know that, but they're still selling it and people are still paying for it. It's disturbing to me. I don't want to be a part of that. Good evening, Maria. Good to see you. This is Divine Jenkins. Oh, hey, good evening. And I'm glad to be here because I don't know, girl. I don't know. The world is a little bit crazy. But yeah, so just an update on that. So that's good on all that. And I think what I'm going to do is just put my head down and just focus on the laundry. I know all the other things that are going to come, and I know that it looks kind of bad outside. It's okay. No matter what, I have to get the laundry done first. And I think I'll feel much better afterwards. Are there going to be things that are going to come up in the middle of it? Yeah, there are. There are going to be things such as I'm going to have too many clean clothes and not know where to put them. But that's okay too, because, I'll figure it out if I have to put them in trash bags until I get back to and I don't know if I'm going to continue to use the master bedroom as a closet. I don't know if I'm going to continue to do that or not, but we'll see. When we get back there, we'll see. I mean, I have more than enough stuff to do and we'll get to it. I have a plan. I have everything set out the way that I want to have it set out. And now I just have to, I know what I'm doing. So just take the step, take the emotion out of it. And that's what I think. And sorry, I'm not intentionally covering up the camera. I made my own version of a camera stand, which is pretty cool. But the only problem is that I don't care if you're a man or not. And the reason I'm saying that is because I don't want any, and I'm sure it is not gonna. I'm sure you're probably thinking you should be flattered if someone gives you creepy vibes, because I don't want any creepy vibes, and I don't want to encourage discrimination between, because it's not about that. I'm happy. I'm just happy somebody's here and someone said hello. That's all I really want. That's all I want. Some a little bit of acknowledgement, and not for anything special. Just as a human being, just because this person in front of you exists and they happen to still be walking this earth in human form today. That's all I'm asking, because I don't have, like, and maybe, maybe it's not so odd, but, I feel like I don't have like what a lot of people have. People have family, they have friends, they have, but I think there's a certain amount of manipulation that has to go with that. But what I'm going to say is this, I'm just glad to be acknowledged and appreciated just for existing, and I think, that's a prize within itself. But yeah, so that was all that I came to talk about, the update for my day. It felt good to feel the paddle brush on my head. It gave me the tingles in my scalp. I didn't do anything else to it. I just ran a flat iron through once. I noticed that I'm moving really slowly through my chores and tasks because I'm in my feelings. I think it's the realization. It's one thing if you're laying in your recliner all day long, but another thing to be up in the world and you're looking around and you're like, yo, what the hell is going on with my place? My place looks like shit, and then the realization, and I knew that the outside, the she shed looked like it needed a little help. I knew that, and with the knowledge that I still need to do that, but it doesn't change the fact that I still need to get everything done in here first. So that's kind of where I am, but just know that you're appreciated if you're here. He says, no, I only said that because last time we spoke, yeah, because I thought you were a girl. Divine sounds like a girl. Divine, sounds like a girl. A girl would be like divine, or this day, like I said, I'm old, so I don't know, people, this might give me a thumbs up and took it away, Indian giver, but I don't know, because people, I don't know, the things about gender and all of that has changed. So, I don't know. I'm not around enough people to, really, I don't know. But divine, I thought it was a young girl, like a 20-year-old girl, a 20-year-old female. That's what I thought. And I think somebody else was here before. They said they were divine, and it was a female. I think they were out when I was trying to fix my bike, which never got fixed. But I was amazed because it was a female, and they said that the reason they knew how to fix that stuff is because they had brothers and uncles. So I don't know. Like I said, it's the internet. You could tell me that you are a hermaphrodite, and I wouldn't know the difference. You know what I'm saying? But of course we do make our assumptions, just like I did, and that's the energy I felt. I've been in work situations where, like remote working, where I swore somebody was a female. But when I talked to them on the phone, I was like, yo, it's a dude. I thought it was a girl all the time. But they made it known that, hey, I like to keep them guessing. It could go either way. But the way they managed things was the way a female would, where, they're ready to flip out, but they be kind with it, But when you talk to them, it was definitely a male. So, you had a good day anyways. I made it through. Any day that you're on this side of the ground is a good day. I went through a lot of emotions and feelings today. I got a little done, and I spent most of my day outside of the recliner, which I plan to do for the next week or so. So that also good. That was me that day when you was looking for help with the bikes. Yeah. And ironically, this is more talking than I've done in 6 months or to a year. That I don't really talk that much, I do talk a lot, but more like it's like I'm blindfolded and I'm writing in a journal. But yeah, okay. But anyways, thank you so much for your company for a little bit. Thank you so much for your acknowledgement of a presence of just another human being. I appreciate it. Did I have anything else that I wanted to share about my day? Oh yeah. So actually there was a lot that I wanted to share. So there's a guy, I talked about the guy that's doing the squats that's 73 years old and he looks like he's 30. And I was talking about how the other day I was trying to get some exercise and I couldn't do one squat because my left knee was hurting me. And then I came across another TikTok by chance, and then I'm gonna let it go. But there was a man who's entire $400,000 savings was stolen by an identity thief at an Atlanta bank, at Chase Bank, right? And the thing about it is that's what I'm saying. These corporations, I don't want to have anything else to do with any work or employment. But you know, what are you going to do? You have to pay bills, you know. And then the things, like I said, you're exposed to. This man, ironically, is of the quote unquote, you know, perceived majority. He's a white guy, probably my age, about 50, 30 years of retirement funds, and the banks are crooks too. All of this, you know, it's so disturbing to me. So he worked for the Department of Defense, and somehow he had a check that was stolen by somebody. He doesn't even live in Atlanta, says he's never been to Atlanta. He actually lives in California, which is the trick shot of it all. And Chase Bank in Atlanta cashed a $400,000 check that wasn't even made out to this dude. It was made out to a company called Vanguard. And then the guy that boldly went in to cash this man's check, they let him open up 2 more accounts. So the Department of Defense guy had a good point. He said Chase has his money, and they do, because they cash the check. It's in the bank accounts, and you know Chase is getting interest or whatever from wherever they deposit it. Little known fact, if you open a bank, you can open a bank. You yourself can open a bank. You just have to go through some $500 certification course. But you guys, and then you can take other people's money and deposit it and earn interest on it too. You know, it's just, this whole system is so fucked up. You know, like I can't, you know, it bothers me. It bothers me, you know, and it hurts me, you know, because joke's on you, this is a white guy, a middle-aged white guy that worked. You thought he would be protected. He worked for the quote-unquote Department of Defense, but sometimes those places that you think are your umbrellas really are not. I'm thinking about the number of people that probably worked there, probably got set up there, probably got burned, you know, all kinds of stuff, you know. And you know, it's disturbing to me. You know, people invest their time and put their trust in all these companies, and they don't do anything for them. It bothers me, you know, especially if you've been an employee for a company for 30 years and you're collecting retirement, 30 years worth of retirement. That means that you've seen some shit and you've kept your mouth shut. You've seen some shit and you humbled yourself. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, how the hell they cash a check that's not even in his name? You know, it's just all of this it's disturbing to me. And then people are stupid too, because I can't get over. This is something I can't get over, where people are spending $1,000 a year for different types of services and subscriptions, and you're not getting that service. And you can't get that service because that service that you thought you're getting is really not available, because the clout that you think it has, it doesn't have. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And it reminds me of, I remember, like I said, going through the legal thing and taking all these random ass Craigslist jobs because I didn't want a real job, because I didn't want a real job. I didn't want a real job until the situation was over. And now, after all of that is quote unquote, it's never really over, but after that's quote unquote over, I know, you know, I thought that I would want one afterwards, but it's like a whole bunch of, to me, it's a bunch of crooks and thieves. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if they're not stealing material things and money, then they're stealing your time. They're stealing your spirit and energy, and they're letting it permeate by training other people to be that way. And it's just a big, nasty thing. And then when you look at things at these places and the type of people that they have there, it's very obvious. It's you know, and then you see some people playing the system. I mean, I've seen so much, I can't even put it into words. It's like too much. All I know is that I don't want to be a part of it. It's the feeling that I get about all of this. I tell you, like, employment to me is like another institution, like a mental institution, like a homeless institution, like a prison. It's there to observe and monitor, and it's a method of control, right? And the thing about it, and it's made for social engineering. That's all it is. It's keeping an eye on people and socially engineering people. Just like that. That's another main reason I didn't have kids. That's what schools are too. you're birthing these slaves into the universe, and you don't have control or dominion over them at all. You don't have dominion over yourself. You send them to these places, and they're taught all this stuff that's wrong, but it's not really about teaching and education. It's about controlling behavior. It's behavior modification. It's making sure that your robotism stays robotic, and you don't have any control, because then if your kids spend all these hours and then they're under people that, are supposed, it's too much. And I think anybody with common sense can clearly see it. It's too much to even talk about. And it's for somebody that's my age. It's like, I want to so much be out. I'm done. I want to be so much done with all that, And, that's what I talked about yesterday, how to be a non-player character NPC. At first, I didn't know what that meant. And then I really got the gist of it. Like, you're one of those bots. The game is playing, but you're not actually playing the game. You're one of those random people, like a background person, and, I'll be happy just being in the background, but I want my house clean. That's what I do want. I do want to get those things done. And like I said, regardless of how life turns out for me in the end, I mean, I'm thankful for what I have, to be 50 years old and to still be here and be of mostly sane mind. You know what I'm saying? I have my moments of sadness, but to still be here, and I don't know which is worse, like the silence of nothing, because I don't want to be in a situation. I just saw, and I also saw this TikTok with this girl, they call her the Apple woman or something. She did some Apple dance many years ago, went viral on it. And then something happened where one of her nieces was essayed. People were just all jumping on. People just like to hop on and jump on people. And everybody on TikTok likes this Aunt Karen woman. But I've seen a couple of things that made me really, I don't like her too much. I seen where when she started to get popular and she was, getting full of herself because people were offering her brands, and it just, I feel that the initial platform that she had is being turned into something perverse. And when I say perverse, what I mean by perverse is being turned into something that's not good. The spirit and energy has changed. So, yeah. Everyone seems to want to capitalize off and compete instead of cooperating, helping each other. Yeah, I just want to be peaceful. I remember, like, when I was maybe my freshman year of college, or maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was my first year in Miami. And there was this girl, and we were talking about our own businesses, and she was like, she just want to have like a greeting card business, something that, isn't too hard or too smart to do, because she doesn't want something that she puts her heart and soul into and something dumb happens with it, And I completely get that, But yeah, so that pissed me off, And it pissed me off not even looking from a racial aspect, because that's another thing about TikTok. People get real racially divided. They'll be like, oh, that's a white guy, that's what he deserves. I believe in just being good to people. You know what I'm saying? And I know, and he's with the Department of Defense. So like I said, he's probably seen a lot of shit go down. You know what I'm saying? And then the reward that he gets, that's the kicker. You worked for the Department of fucking Defense. And somebody fraudulently cashes your check. What the fuck? What the fuck? What an entire fuck? It's not worth it, I just want to have a peaceful life, and I'm okay with, just being in the background. And I talked earlier, I had some sad videos posted about how I felt, like, oh, I need to be heard, this blah, blah, today, and, family and all this other bullshit. But the truth about it is that, once I create, and the legal system took me away from me, because I'm not the same person, right? But, once I regained that love of me, and when I say love, not just in theory, but when I'm sitting up and I'm looking around, and when I look at my space physically, I see the remnants of love. All this junk that you see around me, this is all remnants of homelessness. I brought all that shit with me. You know what I'm saying? But, oh my God. But, it's cleanup time. It's time for me to look at and take into consideration, things. And, it's not how I feel when my eyes are closed and I'm cuddled up with myself in the recliner and just getting fatter by the day. But, how does it feel when I'm up? How does it feel when I'm up and trying to do things and things are not going the way that I anticipate? Like this morning, first washing the clothes, just I had so many things back to back, and thought I was live streaming, but I wasn't. It was on private, and who the hell knows where it is, because it's not in my private content information. So who knows where it is? I don't know where it is. But I had so many things happen, and when I was younger, I was never embarrassed or anything. But if it was public, I would have made it public if I found it. If it was public, I would have been really embarrassed, because I'm like, I was feeling real down on myself. Like, I've been up for like X amount of hours, and I allowed myself this time to chill out and, watch these different videos and stuff. And now I'm up and I'm working on shit, and my hair is still a mess. And on top of that, it was like one thing after another was happening. But the thing is, and that's why, like I said, I have tools for myself. I keep a journal. And then when things get like that, where it's like, okay, everything's going wrong, take a break, write it out. And I'll do my little cyclical event. Okay, this happened, this happened, this needs to happen, this needs to happen. And then I have a list of tasks that I need to do. And I take the emotion out of it. Just complete the task. And then if I have feelings associated, I acknowledge those feelings, and I address those feelings, and I write those feelings down, And, I give myself grace when necessary, And then when it's time to get the little switch out and whip myself into shape, I try to. And sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's hard. But like, there was a popular video that says, choose your heart. Everything's hard. It's hard. You choose your heart. And, like I said, I feel thankful. Like, Rihanna or Beyonce may give their thankful speech, for their performance, or Grammy or whatever. I feel I'm going to give my thankful speech for life. I feel so thankful and grateful and honored to be bestowed with this beautiful life that I have, to be clothed in this beautiful human form of this beautiful golden brown skin, to be clothed with hair that's so versatile that can go from afro to straight to curly to puffy, all of that, I feel privileged to be in this compact 5'4" body. I feel privileged to be able to experience being overweight and obese. All of these things are privileged, and I feel honored. So, like, if Beyonce accepts her Grammy or her whatever else awards that they get, Oscars, or they perform, Maria Chung Willoughby is going to accept and acknowledge, the gift of life that she's been given. I'm going to accept, what it is a privilege. Some people haven't made it to 50. Some people haven't made it to 8 years old. Some people haven't had a chance to make it out of the womb. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be thankful and appreciative of what we have, And if tomorrow doesn't go perfectly, I have had the opportunity to once again try again, to once again to have the tools. Like I said, I have little tools that I make for myself, and the stuff sometimes I know is boring to watch, or it's not connecting. You see all the stuff on the screen about all my tasks that I have to. That stuff, those things are my tools. That's my personal workspace. I mean, that's the Devon says, I appreciate your transparency. That's what being a human really is. When you're a robot, you can't be, and to me, that's a gift. And I love my life, and I feel so honored and privileged. What I'm saying? I really, really do. And that's not any, I'm not making this up, or I'm not paraphrasing this from something I read in a book. This is me. And now I'm going to take something from that song, Please Accept Me for Who I Am. This is me. Please accept me for who I am. The things I do, whatever. But this is me. And I enjoy authentically, 1000% enjoy being me, for better, for worse, because it's all, in the end, it's all for the good, And tomorrow I will get up and do the shit all over again, And if so happens, y'all seen I told y'all about some creepy stuff. I had weird ass people, yeah, there's some bad people in this world. There's some bad people in this world. I know it. I've seen it. Like I said, God protects fools and babes. It's probably a lot worse than I know about. You know what I'm saying? But, for whatever reason, God sees it fit that I'm still here, for whatever reason. And it's not from my doing. It's not from my awareness or anything like that, because I'm incubated in this little hole. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, I'm fortunate. And we all are. All of us on this side of the ground, we're fortunate. We're still here to have another day to do whatever it is that we travail, aspire, or want to do. We have another day, and it's such a gift, And like I said, there are bad people too, but to each his own, And when my time has expired. I will look back at all of the good things and I will be happy. I will be happy, even for the sadness, even for earlier today. Now I'm thinking of another TikTok song. Thank you for sadness. I thank you for pain. I thank you for sunshine. I thank you for rain. And I am, even that, CC Winan said way back in the day, count it all joy. It is. It is. It's a joy to be human. It's a joy to have. When I went through that legal thing, that's the thing I told them, because I was just like, wait a minute, I'm fortunate to, I'm human, I laugh, I cry, all of that, and it feels good to have the liberty to do that. The things that we take for granted, some people can't do, for various reasons, so I'm appreciative. But anyways, I'm going to scroll through TikTok and, what was that song? Can't get off of my high horse, can't let you go. You are the one that makes me feel so real. Ooh, what am I supposed to do when I'm hooked so on you? And then I realize, whatever. But yeah, so I'm happy. I'm happy. At the end of the day and night, I'm happy. Louis Armstrong, or was it Louis Armstrong? He said, when I look back, all of my good days outweigh my bad days, and I can't complain. And it's true, I can't. I'm still here. Look at me. Like, look at this. I can't see because I'm looking at words, but let me get rid of them, because I want to look at me for a minute. I'm still here in the flesh. Look at this brown skin. Almost 50 years old. Yes, there's clutter. We're working we're working on it. But my goodness, what a joy. What a joy to be alive and to be here and to be present and to have an opportunity, And like I said, sometimes, I cried earlier today about, feeling so bad that I disappointed my mom, that I put her in a situation where perhaps those things, things were said. I don't know what the situation was. I never had a chance to talk to her again, and probably just like me, she didn't want to revamp everything. She didn't want to talk about it, She didn't want to have to relive whatever horrors and pain she had to go through because of what people had to say about me, I'm assuming that's what it is. I don't know if that's true at all. Maybe she just didn't love me to begin with. I don't know, But so, for me, the way I look at it is that she passed the baton to me. And the baton being passed to me now means that I need to go and make something of my life, at least try. And I've always tried, but, that, the strongest survive alone, so I don't have anyone to pin on. So that means that really the richness of it is that I can delve into the depths of me and pull out everything that's necessary that exists in me, because we are, they say we are the world, but we're the universe. Everything that's needed is inside of you. You just have to recognize it and be willing and able and ready to dig deep and get it, and I'm ready, and is it going to take, are there broken pieces that's going to need to put back together? Yeah. Are there points of healing that's going to need to take place? Hell yeah. But like I said, I feel like it's such a treasure. It's such a treasure to have that, and every little thing that I go through in my life, everything that I experience, is worth it, and I'm thankful for people, places, and things that acted in a way that was in accordance with the universe, whether it be for me, against me, neutral, all of that, because without that, I would not have the game layout that I have today and be able to move forward in that manner. So I'm thankful, but I'm going to go. But I love you guys, and I hope, I don't even know what to say, but I love you. I send out my best love to you. And, and when I say that, all I'm saying is that I'm sending my best love to me, so that in loving me the most and loving me the best, that I can leave the essence of the best in this world when I move about in it, And then when I'm not here anymore in the physical flesh, whenever God or the universe or whatever decides that it should be otherwise for me, that at some point, I gave love. And that's, and I don't know if it's just a female thing, but as a female, that's all we want to be able to give love. I want to give love. I want to spread love. Like you spread the buttercream icing on a cake. I want to spread love, everything that's good inside of me. I wanted to come out to the surface, and I wanted to emanate and permeate in the environments that I'm in. I want to spread love. That's what I want. And so it starts here. Like I said, there's a lot, as you can see, that needs to be done. But we're going to keep our head down and focus, and laundry is the first thing. All the laundry that I can do, I'm going to continue to do. I have all my steps that I need to do next, but one thing at a time, and continuing to, and this is what I hate about glasses, all the glare back, there's no eye contact. There's eyes to reflective light. But yeah. So anyways, I'm really out this time, but I'm not going to keep telling other people I love them. I love myself. I love me. And that's enough, because with me loving me, eventually get out, and if it gets some love back, that's good too. But anyways, I'm out. Bye.